Chapter 9. After 8 weeks of continuous victories, just one more week before the playoffs will start, and our hero is already ensured for a top 3 finish in said playoffs. Together with 2 other coaches, he has a perfect record, and just like the other 2 coaches, he has a differential of plus 30. Meaning the last and final week will decide the standings for playoffs, who will finish first, second and third. And most likely, game difference is going to be the decisive factor for this week. Our hero will face a coach named a bird named Reshiram, coach of the Trembling Torchics, who, despite having a pretty strong team, unfortunately was not able to qualify for the playoffs. Surprising, given his team has a lot of offensive pressure. Zygarde and Hexorus, 2 incredibly strong dragon types with setup like Dragon Dance, can easily sweep an unexpected opponent. Mega Pidgeot with no guard can hit incredibly strong stab hurricanes, but also heat waves to deal with the steel types that normally resist it. Iron Bundle, the water ice type Pokemon with 2 incredibly strong stab type moves. Galarian Moltres that can set up every time it gets below half health with Berserk. Bibarel with Simple, doubling the stat boost it normally gets. And Alolan Ninetales that can hit incredibly hard but can set up Aurora Veil, halving both special and physical hits at the same time. Ditto is one of the Pokemon that's incredibly scary, because once you've set up and Ditto switches in, it copies all the stat boosts of the Pokemon that is in front of it. And lastly, the team mascot Trico, not expected to come, but still a fun Pokemon to see on the screen nonetheless. Our coach expects these 6 Pokemon to come, with Hexorus and Zygarde being interchangeable, both kind of dealing as having the same role in this team. And the other 3 Pokemon, Ditto, Bibarel and Trico, were not really expected. What does our coach bring for this week in the MBA? First up, we have Bubbles the Azumarill with a lot of special attack. And a modest nature, it can hit hard with Alluring Voice, Scald, Chilling Water and Blizzard. With 240 points in special defense and an Assault Vest, combining it with Thick Fat and 16 points in HP. Azumarill was the main way of dealing with the Iron Bundle. Alluring Voice as stab move, Scald for burns, and Blizzard in the snow are all strong moves to hit, and Chilling Water for a setup variant, or like the Zygarde or the Hexorus, lowering the attack stat until Alluring Voice or Blizzard can OHKO it from the range that they are at. Cable the Circuitry with a familiar set, max special attack, modest nature for as hard hitting possibilities as it can. 240 points in speed with the Blunder policy. With a tilt after a Zap Cannon miss, it will ensure it will outspeed even Iron Bundle at a +1, I believe. T-Bolt and Dazzling Gleam as the 2 main hitting ways, because everything that resists the electric type moves is weak to Fairy, and Tail Glow, if possible, to set up to +3 and ensure an OHKO on pretty much everything. Cyberthrunk the Iron Threads, fast enough to outspeed almost everything, but most importantly, it does not outspeed the max speed Alolan Ninetales. But with Iron Head, it can break through the screens pretty much and break through the Alolan Ninetales. Ice Spinner for the 2 dragon types, Rock Slide for the flying types, and Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards. Mudsdale, aka Bojack, a emergency plan for a setup Hexorus or a setup Zygarde. With max defenses and stamina, most hits will not do 50% or more after stamina boost, so Mudsdale is a great switch in. With Toxic, it can whittle down the setup Pokemon Stealth Rocks to chip down on the other Pokemon, and Earthquake and Rock Slide, so it is able to hit every Pokemon on the team for at least neutral damage. Floorgasm the Meloetta with, again, a lot of attack investment, because this is not a regular Meloetta set, but one with Relic Song, making Meloetta into the Pirouette form. With Terra Blast Ice, it can take down the Dragon type Pokemon, Secret Power for Stab with Silk Power boosted, Close Combat for that Fighting type move, and with Terra Ice it can also take down the Flying type Pokemon. It's not fast enough to outspeed the Iron Bundle, but with the natural special defensive bulk it should be able to take at least a single hit from a Iron Bundle set. And lastly, Roaring Moon with enough speed to outspeed the Alolan Ninetales and either break it with Iron Head or break the screens that are coming out, and be sure that it can not set up another Aurora Veil because being faster than it. The Roselli Berry ensures that a max HP max speed Alolan Vulpix Ninetales does not OHKO it with any fairy type move. So these are the 6 Pokemons that our hero is bringing for the last week of regular season. Now all that is separating him from playoffs is this final battle. So here we are with a bird that is Reshiram. We see Zygarde, no Hexorus. I mean, kind of even in my head, so that's whatever. What do I want to lead up with? I think I want Cybertrunks to lead, because Cybertrunks should be able to OHKO any form of Ninetales Alolan. Yeah, Iron Head is an OHKO, even against Max Fist Def, I believe. Yeah, okay. And he can outspeed though. Only Roaring Moon might be able to prevent it. Roaring Moon, here we are. But he cannot OHKO, so he does have the Brick Break though. But yeah, I think I'm fine leading Cybertrunk here. Yes. Zygarde lead. Let's see. Zygarde. If he is Coil against my Iron Threats, I have Ice Spinner. 1,000 arrows shouldn't. If he's max attack, I should be able to live. So I got Dragon Dance sets. Yes, if he is Life Orb, for example, he has a good chance to kill, but I should be able to outspeed and deal a big amount of damage, which is nice. So let's do that. Big damage, D-Dance. So he goes +1/+1. And do I let this go down? No, I think I'll just switch in Mudsdale, because 1,000 arrows is a 2-hit KO. Small chance to hit even. Do we see a Terra type on anything? I don't think so. To be honest, I completely forgot. I'm blanking out on who's is Sarah Captain, let's have a quick look-see. This is a completely different team. No. He does not have a Terra Captain. Okay. That is good to know. Yeah, Zygarde, +1. Small chance to hit KO me. And if he hits me, I go +1, so he cannot hit KO me in any way, shape, or form. If he goes +2, yeah, highly unlikely. Let's put it that way. So hopefully we can put an end to that threat pretty quickly. Because, yeah, Zygarde, great setup. Yeah, honestly, pretty ballsy play to start off with it. And yeah, he knew probably Cybertron can't OHKO him. So yeah, I did get around a max roll. If he is just absolutely nothing invested, I still have a very high roll. But he could never click sub on me, so that's that. He left and nothing is happening. So quick behind the scenes for you. He joined and he left again. Okay. But this is why I have Mudsteel. And to be honest, Mudsteel is pretty much here for the Zygarde now. Because no Hexorus, no other physical offensive Pokemon, so yeah. He's probably playing on mobile. So yeah. We kinda have to wait here, so he's not reacting to that. Okay. But with Zygarde gone, quick FYI, Circuitry looks amazing in this game. But what can Circuitry set up against? Let's see. Circuitry against Ninetales Alola. Against the defensive set, I can set up Ninetales Alola, Nasty Plots. Okay, Ninetales Alola I can set up against. I don't reckon I can set up against Bundle. But against Bundle I can just hit a single T-Bolt, so that's fine. Mega Pidgeot. Decent chance. Moltres Galar. Nothing big. Oh. Okay, that's apparently happening. A blackout occurring. And Volcarona. Oh, that's Volcanion. Volcarona. Against a Quiver Dance set, I might. Volcarona doubles. We'll have to see. I'm gonna pause for now because he says he has a blackout, so let's see what happens there. Okay, so we are back where we were last time. A bird has reassured him that he had a power outage at his home, as you may have been able to read. And after the re-challenge, we are now here. Okay, he switches out into Ninetales. I go out into Mudstill. Not a great switch for me, but I expect him to set up his Veil. So Mudstill against Ninetales Alola. That's fine, I guess. Ninetales Alola offensive. If he's Blizzard, because I have to make sure. Okay, I can take a single Blizzard, but I won't like it. But I do want my rocks up because 5 out of 6 Pokemon are weak to rocks. Yeah, he sets up Veil, that's fine. I go back out into Cybertrunks. And we'll see what he goes for. Encore, yep, not gonna let that one fly here. What is his most like switch in? I guess Volcarona? I had to guess, so I'm clicking Rock Slide because rock moves are super effective against most of his team, like Volcarona, and that takes 41% after Veil. Okay, that's intel. Seems to be defensive Volcarona with Reflect up. 41, so this is probably fully Fizz Dev with a likely Willow coming my way. So with Volcarona max Fizz Dev here against Circuitry, for example. Flamethrower is hitting incredibly hard. And we have Snow. Do I want Azu in? I like Azu. Bubbles, Flamethrower, 6. 6%. Nice. Most likely switch in would be his... I have no idea. How much will I do against Zygarde? The Dance. Scald is not killing. Okay. Could go for Chilling Waters, but he doesn't really have physical offensive Pokemon besides Zygarde. I think I like Scald here. I go for Scald. Bundle. No boots. Quark Drive. Speed. 15%. Bundle. No boots. But a booster energy. Speed. Freeze Dry. Possible 5-hit KO. And I can go for Alluring Voice here. Freeze Dry. 23%. Gets the freeze, brother! What is my luck? That is rough. Bro. At least I've stalled out his screen turns. If I switch into Meloetta here on the freeze dry, seems fine. If I switch into Pirouette form, Terra Ice doesn't do much for me. 61%. Secret Power is nice. Yeah, I've got a switch. Damn, I had a great bundle switch. But the freeze! I'm just gonna Terra Blast. Terra Blast is a 2-shot into this, so... Moltres Galar, he is... Okay. 306, I might outspeed. Moltres Galar. He's at 52. If I terrestrialize into an ice type, he has no screens left. I likely kill. And his Fiery Wrath is not doing much. Could also go for Relic Song. Nah, we just Terra Blast here. I outsped, okay. Relic Song. Don't you dare switch in that bundle again. I will not like you if you switch in bundle again. Ninetales Alola, fine. 32. And now I outspeed you. Ninetales Alola. Defensive. And I go into my Pirouette form. Close combat is a kill. Let's go! No more screens for you, my brother. And Mellow gets another kill, which is always nice. Bundle comes in. I switch out into Bubbles. Either as a sack or... yeah. Blizzards. Yeah, final Blizzard turns, brother. Okay, there goes Bubbles. Sorry, bro. 36%. Bundle. Boots. Snow. Against... Circuitry. He should not be able to kill me. Let's do that. And we Zap Cannon. Either we go and outspeed this thing, or we kill it. Blizzard. How does Cable keep hitting those? Brother, I want you to miss. Do you know what missing is? Not taking a risk here. Degleam. If he kills, that's fine. But I do not want you to have an opportunity to set up again. Circuitry, you shot yourself in the foot, brother. If you missed, I was in a way better position. He's at 8%, by the way. Zygarde, D-Dance against... Threats. A Rapid Spin should be able to kill this. Moltres dies to rocks. You still have... yeah. E-Speed. Noise. We outspeed everything now. So no more Zygarde. Mega Pidgeot. Mega Pidgeot. I'm at +1 and Ice Spinner should do more. But... nice but... Rock Slide has a chance to kill Flinch. And he has no guard, if I'm correct. Yes, so I always hit. 67%. Brother gets the crits! If I say my luck is non-existent, I am not lying. Let's see. Roaring Moon. That's fine. Roaring Moon. And we click knockoff. If they decide to save this, fine with me. I mean, I still have a decent-ish position. Yes. Because Moltres, he's just basically Volcarona against the world now. And... let's see. Roaring Moon against Volcarona. I know Flamethrower. Knockoff should do a hefty amount. Not enough to kill. Bugbuzz kills me. How much can he do against... Oh. Buzz. Against... What's the deal? Oh, not... Probably not enough. So... I guess this is GG's. Mellow should be able to outspeed otherwise, right? Because if I thought I already established he is max fist death. So that's a death for Corona, and that means Moltres dies on entry, and we take the win. 2-0, GG's to a Bird That Reshiram. We go unbeaten this season. Meloetta gets a kill, so probably gets MVP. I mean, I think the Mega Scissor game still has to be played, so I'm not celebrating too early. And yeah, I know one of the two other coaches that have gone unbeaten lost this week. So it's basically waiting to see if Stacey is able to beat Cheese Guy, I believe, by 2-0 or better. I think that's basically it. But yeah, you'll see who my next opponent will be next week. Quite a game it was. Pretty fast-paced also, but yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good one, and I see you all next week. Bye! And with the regular season being over, these are the stats of the Pokemon that our coach has used this season. Shaman Sky was the first pick, and with 9 kills and 3 deaths, it did alright. Iron Threats, 7 played, just like Meloetta, but a lot less kills and a lot more deaths. Iron Threats was more of a supportive Pokemon for this team, and it shows in the figures. Azumarill, just a single death in 6 games. But also just 6 kills for Pokemon with huge power. Might be underutilized this season, but did its job. Circuitry, same for a Breaker, just 4 kills isn't all that noteworthy, but it did alright, given that Meloetta was able to rack up 19 kills for this team. It's just incredible numbers for Meloetta, and that makes Meloetta the MVP of the MBA regular season. Mudsdale, 4 played, 3 kills, 2 deaths, decent. Tentacruel, just 1 kill and 3 deaths, decent for support. Roaring Moon, 4 kills, 2 deaths in 6 games. Maybe a bit underutilized. Driftblim has an incredible strong Terra Captain in front of it, so not that surprised that it didn't do that much. And Sawaddle hasn't played a single game, so... Primeape was dropped after a single game. Was able to set up Stealth Rocks in that game, so it wasn't completely useless, but yeah, not the stats you expect from it. And Escavalier, 2 games, 1 kill, 1 death. Clear why it was dropped during the season. So with these stats, we continue into playoffs and see how we will do. Starting off with our quarterfinal match against number 7, T-Prince, who we already played earlier this season.